From cheating rumors to open relationships to a prison sentence, Hollywood marriages can get downright messy. But they seem to make it work. Russell Brand was infamous for his admitted womanizing ways before settling down with second wife, Laura Gallacher, in 2017. But the new age-loving comedian's become quite traditional in his home life since being married again. Brand told Sky News that raising daughters Mabel and Peggy was a challenge. He admitted, "I am dedicated to it, devoted to it, but I am still surprised when it's like, oh my God, this is f***ing really hard, and it's so exhausting." He said that Gallacher wouldn't leave the kiddos in his charge for more than 24 hours because he's not great at nap time or making sure they eat proper meals. But Brand declared that having his first child made him embrace feminism. He explained to Grazia, "The thought that my daughter would be restricted, held down in any way, or disqualified on the basis of her gender is one I really don't care for at all." The eccentric star hasn't ditched his well-known persona altogether. The Get Him to the Greek actor won a charity special of the Great British Bake Off after baking cookies he claimed shared a likeness of his wife's privates. He titled his creation The Portal to All Life Biscuits.
Birth as a concept, the cosmic vagina as the portal to all life.
Amy Schumer and Chris Fischer dated for a short period of time and flew way under the radar before tying the knot. They became Instagram official after attending Ellen DeGeneres' birthday party together in early February 2018 and married just days later. But apart from the speed of their nuptials, there's even more weirdness than what meets the eye. Schumer met her chef husband through her assistant, Molly, who is Fisher's sister. She met Molly through her own former publicist and manager, Carrie Bialik, who briefly dated Fisher a decade before he and Schumer even met. After Schumer and Fisher got hitched, Page Six reported that the comic fired Bialik and unfollowed her on Instagram. Bialik told the media outlet that while their business relationship ended for multiple reasons, the decision was not about Fisher, and the duo were still on good terms. When asked by E! News what the best part of being married was, the comedian said, "The best part is just having a partner and being like, I got a team."
It's cool, like you got someone to go through life with together that you love and that you want to be partnered up with.
And the pair have become a team in a different sense. Schumer gave birth to a baby boy in May 2019. Chatter about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett-Smith's relationship began when Jada told the HuffPost in 2013 that they shared an open marriage. But she later posted on Facebook in an attempt to clarify her initial remarks. The post read in part, "Will and I both can do whatever we want because we trust each other to do so. This does not mean we have an open relationship. This means we have a grown one." The Smiths later elaborated on their marital status during a 2018 episode of Red Table Talk after August Alsina alleged that he and Jada had a relationship. Will explained that they had to go through a marriage breakup to get back on track, but that divorce was never an option for them. Despite open marriage musings, Jada added that their marriage was forever.
"We're going to be under the same roof. You might be on one end of that joker with somebody else."
The revelations kept coming about their marriage in Will's self-titled 2021 memoir before he got himself in hot water at the 2022 Oscars by slapping Chris Rock over a comment about Jada's appearance. Even if the Academy responded by banning their Best Actor winner from future ceremonies for a decade, his marriage seems to be going strong.
If I wasn't with you, I'd be searching in vain for the rest of my life.
Aw, Willard.
Whether they're hanging out with their sons and their son's godmother, Lady Gaga, Sir Elton John and David Furnish have continued to be downright wonderful together. While they've appeared to be blissful, tabloids have claimed that their marriage might not be what it seems. The longtime couple officially tied the knot in 2014. Just 2 years later, the National Enquirer interviewed a businessman named Daniel Lawrence, who alleged to have had a sordid affair with Furnish. And before that allegation, The Sun reported in 2015 that Furnish had purchased a home for a dancer named Danny, whom he'd been spotted with frequently without John. Both Danny and sources closest to Furnish and John said they were just pals. Upon the publication of the National Enquirer's story in 2016, John requested a court privacy injunction to block the British press from mentioning his or Furnish's names. The couple isn't letting the negative energy of the occasional tabloid scandal into their happy marital bubble.
Our life is the same as anyone else's, sitting around the breakfast table, looking at the newspapers, drinking coffee, watching television, playing with the dogs, playing with the kids.
Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas's romance seemed to come out of left field, but it turns out that Jonas had been eyeing the actor for a while before they became public. The couple revealed to Vogue in 2018 that Jonas initiated contact by slipping into Chopra's DMs in 2016. After a number of text exchanges, they met in person for the first time at an Oscar afterparty in February 2017. 2 weeks later, they attended the Met Gala together but wouldn't see each other or make another joint public appearance for a whole year. Us Weekly reported that they were a full-blown couple following the 2018 Met Gala. They became Instagram comment official, attended a Jonas family wedding together, and hung out with Chopra's family in Mumbai in June of that year. A month later, he proposed to Chopra on her 36th birthday. And at the start of 2022, they became parents via surrogate. Aside from the speed of their courtship, it's the sponsored content surrounding their romance that's made this pairing weird. Jonas's bachelor party appeared to be sponsored by multiple brands, while the couple had a well-documented and vocal obsession with Tiffany's amid their engagement news. And their Amazon-sponsored wedding registry was reportedly almost as long as their actual wedding celebrations. Marvel star Chris Pratt married into Hollywood royalty when he tied the knot with Katherine Schwarzenegger in 2019. And this duo have since become known for having their fair share of oddities in their marriage. The pair faced backlash in 2021 due to an Instagram post where Pratt thanked his second wife, writing in part, "She's given me an amazing life, a gorgeous, healthy daughter." Some interpreted it as a dig toward his ex-wife Anna Faris and their son Jack, who was born prematurely with a cerebral hemorrhage and has since dealt with various health issues.
Pratt's use of the word healthy is a dig at his ex-wife, actress Anna Faris, and their adorable 9-year-old son Jack.
Pratt was also criticized for the way he praised Schwarzenegger. Commentators pointed out that Pratt exclusively wrote about how much Schwarzenegger loved him, rather than complimenting her as a person. He wrote in the post, "Find you somebody that looks at you like that." In a 2022 Men's Health interview, Pratt addressed the accusations that he was being egocentric and tactless. The actor insisted that the papers were targeting him unfairly and that it brought him to tears. He said, "A bunch of articles came out and said, that's so cringeworthy. I can't believe Chris Pratt would thank her for a healthy daughter when his first child was born premature. And I'm like, that's f***ed up. My son's gonna read that one day. He's 9. William H. Macy and Felicity Huffman are one of the longest-lasting couples in Hollywood. Huffman told the Chicago Tribune that they dated off and on for 15 years, during which Macy popped the question on multiple occasions before she finally agreed to marry him in 1997. But the actors hit a bump in their marriage when their role in a college admissions scandal was exposed in 2019. Huffman was convicted and went to jail for conspiracy to commit mail fraud after a much-publicized trial. The prosecutors explained that Huffman paid $15,000 for their daughter's SAT math scores to be forged. According to the Los Angeles Times, Huffman wrote a letter to the judge saying she only wanted to be a good mother and help her daughter have a fair shot. She said, "I see the irony in that statement now, because what I have done is the opposite of fair." Macy defended his wife by explaining how much she regretted harming her daughter's self-confidence and chances at college. Huffman only served 11 days in a California federal prison before she was reunited with her husband, and their relationship still seems to be going strong. Macy told Parade in 2023 about the importance of evolving alongside another person in a marriage. He said, "I believe in love. The older I get, the more I believe in it." Alec and Hilaria Baldwin have been raising eyebrows with their 26-year age difference since they first got married in 2012. But the couple has stuck together through bizarre and tragic circumstances. In 2020, they faced viral accusations that Hilaria had faked her Hispanic accent and passed herself off as Spanish despite growing up in Boston with English as her first language.
You know, it feels different.
But the accent is gone in this video she just posted.
There's been some questions.
Hilaria responded on Instagram by saying, "My parents raised my brother and me with 2 cultures, American and Spanish, and I feel a true sense of belonging to both." Alec also came to his wife's defense, saying in part on Instagram, "There's things that have been said lately about people that I love, that I care about deeply, which are ridiculous. I mean, just ridiculous." A Hulu miniseries and Netflix documentary about Pamela Anderson led to a resurgence of interest in her 90s relationship with rock star Tommy Lee, and questions started emerging about Lee's current wife. Despite their 24-year age gap, he began dating social media star Brittany Furlan in 2017 and married her in 2019. Furlan has been criticized for publicly feuding with Anderson, who was physically abused by Lee during their time together. In 2018, the Baywatch star commented on Lee's recent fight with their son Brandon by insisting that the musician's struggle with alcohol addiction made him dangerous and unpredictable. Anderson published a statement on her website alleging that Furlan was enabling Lee's drinking. She added, "This is what he wants, someone to behave badly with." Furlan responded on Twitter by threatening to retaliate, saying Anderson dismissed her from the start and had blocked her on all social media after she and Lee began dating. Furlan later told Fox Digital that she had been hurt, saying it was just so ridiculous and really awful. In February 2023, Furlan made a since-deleted TikTok where she used a filter that made her look like Anderson and joked about their feud. After being criticized for stirring up controversy immediately after Anderson opened up about her trauma in Pamela: A Love Story, Furlan insisted she wouldn't respond to the hate. Woody Allen and Soon-Yi Previn are still one of the most infamous celebrity couples nearly 3 decades after the affair between the filmmaker and his ex's adopted daughter was first uncovered. Soon-Yi was adopted at a young age by Andre Previn and actor Mia Farrow, whom Allen started dating in 1980. The relationship between Allen and Soon-Yi was revealed in 1992 when Farrow found revealing photos of Soon-Yi at Allen's apartment. Soon-Yi was only a college student at the time. In 2018, Soon-Yi gave an interview to Vulture accusing her adoptive mother of physical abuse and neglect, as well as fabricating stories about Allen. She recalled how she bonded with Allen after she broke her ankle in the 11th grade. Allen and his adopted daughter soon began attending Knicks games together, but Previn adamantly stated that she already had a father and it wasn't Allen. She said, "Mia never married Woody, nor did they ever live together. He was my mother's boyfriend, plain and simple." She also dismissed Allen's daughter, Dylan Farrow, after she accused her father of sexual abuse. Previn claimed that she and Allen had only received new attention in recent years because Mia took advantage of the Me Too movement. Dylan responded in a statement on Twitter accusing Soon-Yi of infantilizing her and rejecting any claims against her mother. Dylan insisted, "I continue to be an adult woman making a credible allegation unchanged for 2 decades, backed up by evidence."
Miranda Lambert shocked the world when she announced she'd married New York City police officer Brandon McLoughlin in February 2019. The couple secretly tied the knot the month before after first meeting in November 2018. However, there are a lot more strange elements to this coupling aside from the speed with which they wed. According to Radar Online, McLoughlin reportedly welcomed a son with another woman just days after meeting Lambert. His baby mama was someone with whom he allegedly cheated on his ex-fiancée. Yikes. That's not to mention the Something Bad singer's interesting take on becoming a stepmom, seeming to describe the situation as being similar to taking care of a puppy. She gushed to Extra in June 2019. "My stepson is amazing. I'm loving that whole phase, and I've raised 1 million dogs. That part of my womanly, motherly thing is full, so this is a whole new journey. It's great." Of dividing their time between Manhattan and Nashville, Lambert added, "We have the best of both worlds. We spend time in New York, we get to see our adorable nugget, then we get to come back to the farm and have the quiet life. I'm enjoying the balance." After following up years of on and off dating with a whirlwind romance, Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin tied the knot in the fall of 2018. However, the road to the altar wasn't easy. The Biebs previously and prophetically called their unlikely marriage while discussing past mistakes in an interview with GQ in 2016, saying, "What if Hailey ends up being the girl I'm gonna marry, right? If I rush into anything, if I damage her, then it's always gonna be damaged. It's really hard to fix wounds like that." In between that interview and his marriage with Baldwin, Bieber briefly dated ex Selena Gomez and was celibate for a year to combat a sex addiction, as well as other vices. The pop star explained to Vogue in February 2019, "I found myself doing things that I was so ashamed of, being super promiscuous and stuff, and I think I used Xanax because I was so ashamed." In the same interview, he and Baldwin revealed they were in therapy, with the model saying marriage is, quote, really effing hard. We don't doubt it, and applaud these two for being open about the work they put into their relationship. But the fact that Baldwin was actually a Jelena stan back in the day, it truly makes things at least a little bizarre. What makes Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's marriage weird is that it actually seems pretty normal, which is totally abnormal for a royal couple. After meeting through a friend in the spring of 2016, the pair announced their engagement a year and a half later, finally marrying in May 2018. Leading up to the birth of their son, Archie, the couple came under scrutiny for handling the baby's delivery out of the spotlight. Markle reportedly elected to use her own medical team instead of Queen Elizabeth's chosen OBGYNs and opted to not do a Kate Middleton-style photo op hours after going into labor. These moves led to some royal experts to gripe that she and Prince Harry were, as Page 6 put it, conducting the birth in virtual secrecy. You know, the same way most families would. The only real strange elements about their marriage have been others' reactions to Markle joining the royal family. While her paternal clan has a long-documented beef with the royals, Prince William reportedly raised an eyebrow over the couple's whirlwind romance, and Prince Philip allegedly gave the prince a memorable line of advice saying, "One steps out with actresses, one doesn't marry them." But despite the royal family doubters, the relationship seems to be working out for the Sussexes, so let's everyone get off their cases already. In addition to being forced to deny divorce rumors, David and Victoria Beckham have long been said to be living separate lives. According to a source cited by Us Weekly in 2018, the married pair were reportedly rarely in the same city. With Victoria spending time in London, David allegedly opted to hang out in Los Angeles by himself, pursuing his own interests during his retirement from soccer. Some reports have also claimed that their finances are handled separately too. Victoria told Grazia in 2015, "I am blessed to have a wonderful husband and beautiful, healthy, happy children." But she also added, somewhat defensively, "Yes, we travel a lot with our respective businesses and charitable commitments, but we always make time for each other as a couple and as a family. David and I have nothing to prove. We love each other, look out for each other, and are strong as both partners and parents." Derek Jeter and model wife Hannah Jeter are happily married with 2 kids, but getting there was reportedly a pretty tricky process. In 2014, Page 6 reported that the baseball pro dumped Davis due to her then growing fame. A source claimed to the publication, "In the past, when his girlfriends become famous and start doing sexy shoots, that's when they break up." Exactly the same thing happened with exes Minka Kelly and Vanessa Manillo. When the pair tied the knot 2 years later, Therese Owens alleged that the Davis family disliked their new son-in-law and, quote, tried talking Hannah out of it. In an essay for the Players Tribune, Hannah admitted that she stopped working to a degree to be with Derek during his final days as a New York Yankee, writing, "My managers, at times, were not too happy with me. I canceled jobs left and right just to be present at those remaining games, and I still didn't feel totally in my element." She added, "Even during those last few months, I felt like I was still learning to identify the Derek Jeter everyone was saying goodbye to as the same Derek that I knew." Sharon and Ozzy Osbourne are nothing if not honest with the public about their marriage. After several years of dating, the couple got hitched in 1982 and welcomed 3 kids together. However, Ozzy reportedly attempted to strangle Sharon in 1989, after which he went to rehab for 3 months. While things were relatively quiet for the pair until the 2002 premiere of The Osbournes, the rock star revealed in 2013 that he'd relapsed with his addictions to drugs and alcohol, but denied that he and Sharon were divorcing. That nearly changed, however, when Ozzy reportedly hooked up with his then hairstylist in 2016, leading Sharon to allegedly kick him out of their home. They reconciled after a short-lived split, though Sharon did claim that he'd cheated on her with 6 different women throughout their marriage. After renewing their vows in 2017, Sharon joked on The Talk that bedroom activity was a, quote, bone of contention in their marriage because he wanted it all the time and she didn't.
Oh, no wonder he fiddles other people!
Wife swapping isn't just for reality TV, but it can be pretty harsh when it happens in real life. Singer Shania Twain and her husband of 15 years, producer Robert Mutt Lang, separated in 2008 amid rumors that he had had an affair with Twain's best friend, Marianne Thibault. Twain later told the New York Post, "When that happened, I thought, forget it. This is more than I can handle. I'm never going to sing again. I had to grieve through it." Twain and Lang finalized their divorce in 2010, but the story took an interesting turn when the That Don't Impress Me Much singer became enamored with Marianne's ex-husband, Frederick Thibault. Twain and Thibault were engaged within 6 months of the ink drying on her divorce forms with Lang, and the two married in January 2011, just weeks after announcing their engagement. While the accidental spouse swap may make for an amusing story, the situation is still far from a joke for Twain. While she revealed that she and her ex-husband have remained cordial for the sake of their son, that courtesy has not extended to Marianne. According to the singer, "I don't see her ever. I don't invite that trigger into my life. She's not my future, she's my past." Beyoncé and Jay-Z have shared a lot of ups and downs over the years. The power couple quietly married in 2008, and B revealed she was pregnant with their first child at the 2011 VMAs. Despite conspiracies of a fake baby bump, the Carters welcomed daughter Blue Ivy in January 2012. Their lives seemed quiet and blissful, and then Elevator Gate happened in May 2014, shattering the couple's facade of a seemingly perfect marriage. At the time, Beyoncé's sister Solange appeared to physically attack Jay-Z in an elevator at a Met Gala after-party while her older sis looked on. No one involved in the elevator fight has revealed what really went down, but Beyoncé and Jay have since gotten very personal in their lyrics. Beyoncé accused her husband of cheating on her album Lemonade, which he confirmed himself in his album 444. They reconciled, welcomed twins Rumi and Sir in June 2017, and dropped the collaborative album Everything Is Love in the following year. Despite their happy front, cynics have continued to believe this pairing is more about branding than real romance. Concerning the Carters' relationship, a source once claimed to Page Six, "There's still something there even though it's not going to last. Business is always part of the equation. They know they're the king and queen of hip-hop and really all of music. Neither wants to lose that."